I did want to get into one other poker thing. Funny, I tweeted it last night.
Okay.
Because it's LeBron and Hellmuth. Anytime I compare Hellmuth to like a big celebrity, he loves it.
Mm-hmm.
So LeBron James, he didn't play the All-Star game. Because his little ankle hurt.
So what? If he didn't want to play, he didn't want to play. Why do you care?
I care because of two things. Number one, he shows up to take the picture. He doesn't even wear the uniform. He's wearing other clothes. In addition to that, he knew he wasn't going to play.
Maybe he told him he could wear those clothes.
He knew of course he can. But it's like, why don't you show? But the other thing is, that's really the thing. It's a selfish move because he could have just said, I'm not going to play. And then they would have filled the seat with somebody else that would have loved to be part of the All-Star game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like with this, I saw your tweet. I feel like a lot of assumptions are made here. You're making a lot of assumptions.
Well, did you see the first game after? The guy dunked from the fucking free throw line.
all the little things, like he didn't wear this, he didn't do this. It's like maybe that was planned that way. Like that.
But I'm saying he
like
took the picture and he was wearing street clothes, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think it's a bad look that he took up the spot and he could have given it to somebody else. But anyway,
okay.
He tweeted, or he put on his Instagram, he put like the schedule for the Lakers and he wrote insane because they have 6 games in 7 nights, which is kind of crazy, right?
I mean,
but it's basketball, not hockey, first of all. You get banged around or whatever. And he's like insane, and which reminded me of Hellmuth. So I was like, hey, Hellmuth, you and LeBron are alike. Because recently, Phil Hellmuth went viral for a tweet, got millions. He's so proud. He got 1 million views. Oh, 1 million views. Where Phil Hellmuth at 60 years old says, well, world, I'm not going to be playing the World Series of Poker main event this year. It's too tough.
I get why.
What?
I get why.
Why?
Because you get tired now.
Sure.
It's draining.
Yeah. But here's the thing, okay? In every sport, whatever it is, as you age,
things
get tougher. Yeah. It is. That is a part of life.
So it's okay that he doesn't play?
It's fine that he doesn't play, but here's the thing that Phil does, okay? And I'm going to say this, and he probably won't agree, but he's wrong. I promise you, from the bottom of my heart, anytime I think of poker rules or poker structures or anything like that, I always think about what is best. Always. I will cut my own throat if I'm lying. What's best for the majority of people? What do they want?
Yeah.
Not what's best for me. Because what's best for me, I usually fight against it because I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Rebuy tournaments are good for me because I can play crazy. I don't want to. I'm a freeze out guy. You know, all these types of things.
Yeah.
But Phil, I think he thinks of like what rules are good for specifically him. Right? And a lot of poker players do this. He's not just him. They generally think of like, why don't we have this here? It's like, what? Because you like that?
What does he want to happen?
So what he wants to do, because, okay, he's 60 now.
Yeah.
He doesn't sleep well. He's not in good shape physically. He's like, whatever. So he has those issues. And when he's tired, he doesn't play as well. And he's trying to say that like, oh, you know, pros don't win because they get tired. Or like 30% of pros can't win because they get tired. I'm like, part of the allure of the main event is the stamina, is the grind, is the fact that you play like 9-10 days. And frankly, they're not as long as people think. It's noon to 12. It's not like 3, 4, 5 in the morning anymore. It's noon to 12, right?
Those were brutal.
And you also get a day off after day 1, day off after day 2. Then you play 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I did tell him, I said, you know, one of the things we can do is day 4 and 5, we could just make them instead of 5 levels, which is 10 hours of play, make them 4. You can do a little bit of a reprieve. He wants a day off, a full day off, okay? Because he needs one after day 4.
I was about to say, you can make it where you have days off if you play the right days.
The problem with it is this, okay? So there's 2 things. If you want to make it less of a stamina thing, you got to do one of 2 things. Either you make the tournament, it's already 2 weeks long. It's a long time. If you're a businessman, you want to come play this tournament, you might not have 3 weeks to come take off work, right?
Yeah.
So it's already very, very long. So lengthening it by making the days all, 6-7 hour days or 8 hours, you do that and it's like going to take 3-4 weeks, right? The other option you have is to change the structure. The structure has been the same since 1971.
Oh, you can't do that.
I don't like the idea of shorting the levels, anything like that.
Yeah.
Listen, maybe next year we can add a day off. Okay. Maybe there is a way. We used to have one right before the final table because those people play till 5, 6 in the morning and supposed to come back at noon. Like that's just crazy. You know, like impossible.
Think about how tired you were the one you won at the series.
But this is what I think is sexy about the main is because when you watch NASCAR, you watch these like 500 lap races.
Yep.
What's exciting about it is at any moment, one slip of the wheel, crash into the wall.
Yeah.
Could all end.
It's not exciting for me, but I get it.
You know what I'm saying though? That's what people get. And with poker, with the main event, there's always that possibility, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is he right that older players have a disadvantage?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
It just is.
But that doesn't mean that you don't have Jan Hackman. Like there's old people like over the 60s that have gotten to the final table and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just like anything. I mean, I think like he hasn't said anything about this. It's been the same for 20 years. But now that he's 60.
He's just feeling it.
Exactly.
He's feeling the tiredness, you know, it gets harder.
I get it. But now what he's doing is like, he didn't say this when he was 40. He didn't say this when he was 45, 50 or whatever. And he's right. Like in his early days, they didn't have 10,000
It
people.
wasn't, yeah, right.
So they didn't take 9,
Like
10
what
days.
was the first main event? How many people played the first one?
Well,
like,
the first main event they ever had was 1970. I have that picture. It's got to be up here somewhere.
Yeah, but how many
bring
people?
It back up. Well, they didn't. It was like 3 tables of something, and they just voted for who they thought the best was. And Johnny Moss was voted the best by everybody. You couldn't vote for yourself. You had to vote for somebody else.
They didn't play?
They played for like 2 weeks, or like played for like a week or two, and then at the end they said, you know, he was the best player. Just by vote. Then the next year they did a tournament, which was like 1 table. Was it like Puggy or Amarillo Slim maybe or something?
I think that's the table I'm thinking. It was just 1 table.
I used to watch those 70s black and white.
How cool.
They had the cigarettes. And it was just like a cool vibe. Like I wish I could go back. Probably smelled bad though, right?
Yeah, but it's just a different vibe. It's like it's like a degenerate but cool vibe, right? I like that too. I love the old Vegas stuff.
I liked playing at the Horseshoe where it smelled like piss.
Ugh.
I mean, just
piss.
Like, you know, like smoky. Just was like, it wasn't about glitz like and glamour. On the sidewalk, if you like go outside on the breaks.
While you're playing.
Not while you're playing, no.
Ugh.
No.